Ladies and gentlemen, children of the interwebs out there, Sebastian Envy Strong Style, Cinephile, one half of the reigning defending MPW Tag Team Champions of Horse. First video, 2024. Wanted to get something out a couple days ago, but didn't happen that way. But this is the first one of many to come, and ideally, New Year's resolution type thing on a better, release schedule to kind of better follow things that are going on that we can geek about here. So, Thunderbolts. Let's geek about that for a scant few minutes because we've learned that Steve Yeun, Walking Dead fame, Beef, is going to be leaving, or has left, the film. And he was kind of speaking about it, and it all comes down to just scheduling. And he feels bad about it. You can tell in the comments that he feels bad about it. But it pretty much came down to the actor strike, the strikes that were going on, kind of kicking things down the road, which we all knew that a lot of projects that were not just comic book projects, but just film projects, TV projects in general, were gonna, the status of them was gonna be in question. The status of some of the people, previously cast or attached to them was gonna be in question because, they have schedules. Like sometimes just other stuff came up while they were waiting on, Project B, Project C comes up while they're waiting on Project A to get going, and sometimes it doesn't work out that way. So, there's been a myriad of projects that have come through the line, down the line through the years, that have had actor A originally slotted in, and then actor B has, one of the more famous ones, I guess, at this point, Doug Ray Scott in the original X-Men movie, the Fox X-Men movies, was going to be, he was cast as Wolverine, but they had to do reshoots for Mission Impossible 2, which caused a scheduling conflict. He had to drop out. Hugh Jackman comes in. The rest is history, 20 years later. So that kind of stuff happened. So it kind of sucks. Although him as the Sentry, the sort of uber powerful character that he is also just got issues. Like, I think the mental aspect, the mental troubles of Bob the Sentry, I think Steve could rock that type of stuff. But just the physical prowess, physical nature, physical look of the character, I don't think he could have really done that part justice. So, it could be like a good and bad news type of thing that he had to bow out. Now, comments he made about it, I think for me, time passing and things shifting kind of pulled me out of it. It took a lot of drafts on email to make sure that I conveyed sincerity of how sorry I was to have to back out. And again, like I said, just the strikes kind of moved things, so people were scheduling stuff. It just mucked with his being able to participate in this movie. So it's the kind of thing that happens. Now, he said that he still wants to play in the Marvel sandbox. I think it's too early to say that, he said when asked about what other Marvel project he would want to be in. He says, I probably pissed off too many people leaving, so I'm just going to say thank you for having me. I have some ideas, but I heard if you put it out there, you'll never get it, so I'll keep it close to my chest. So he still wants to do a Marvel project, and like I said, he could be good for another one. Just I don't think he was good for the Sentry. So this could be a blessing in disguise for him and for whoever comes on to play the Sentry. And he could join up on something later down the line. Now, how this Thunderbolts movie is going to do remains to be seen, because I love the Thunderbolts, but I love the original concept of the Thunderbolts, where it was like the original heroes got snapped out of existence or went through a portal, Onslaught, that whole thing. And then there's a void. World needed heroes. So you had the Masters of Evil, led by Baron Zemo, stepped in disguise as these new heroic identities and became the Thunderbolts. And then you found out at the end of the first issue, the twist, that they were actually the Masters of Evil. And, of course, as they go through trying to fake being heroes, some of them, Techno, who was Fixer, Moonstone, and Zemo, or Meteorite, who was Moonstone, and Zemo, who was Citizen V, they were still wanting to do the bad stuff. And then you had Atlas, Songbird, who just kind of liked the idea of being superheroes and trying to turn over a new leaf. But, we already know the twist, so you can't really do that for film because we already know it. And that's pretty much like the. I mean, you could still do a story about it, but that first gut punch sort of twist you don't have, and that kind of would bring it down like a little bit. And then subsequent issues or iterations of the Thunderbolts have had them be basically kind of Marvel's answer to the Suicide Squad, in which they're a government team of like sort of black ops, wet work type of missions, dispatched by the government. At one point, Norman Osborn, when he was running Shield, I think, or maybe he wasn't running Shield, but he was in a pretty high profile type of position like that. He was running the team. They've gone through a ton of iterations. I mean, you've had Luke Cage on the team, you've had Juggernaut on the team, you've had Punisher, Elektra, and so many, Deadpool, so many other Marvel characters have been in various iterations of the Thunderbolts. Now this one is going to have Yelena Belova, it's going to have Red Guardian, it's going to have Bucky, it's going to have Ghost coming back from, the second Ant-Man. And people are kind of wondering if some of those characters are going to die. Again, basically, like a kind of riff on the Suicide Squad, so which I love the Suicide Squad, of course. Said that many, many times on this channel. And like some of the actors, of course, made the bold claim that hey, like the director is really taking a different track with this, and this is going to be such a fun movie, and all the buzzword sort of stuff that they say to kind of hype up the project that they're attached to. I mean, what really are you going to bring to the table? What really new and different can you bring to the table with a team like a Black Ops, Wet Works team of criminals? I don't know what truly fresh sort of take that they could bring. And as I've said many, many times, there's really no original thing you can do anymore. There's just, I mean, everything's been done to death. I mean, it's about the execution. You can take certain ideas and stuff and kind of tweak them just enough to trick the viewer's brain to think it's something different that they haven't seen before. But it's all about the execution. So what are they going to bring to the table with the Thunderbolts? Remains to be seen. I'll be there for it because, again, I love the Thunderbolts. I also love Sebastian Stan's, Bucky. Love Yelena Belova and her White Widow that she's becoming. Yelena Belova, Florence Pugh, is like the greatest thing that has happened to the MCU in such a long time. She is such a great character. I love her. So I'm anxious to kind of see her in this movie. So there's stuff that I want to see. I'm here for it. I love the Thunderbolts in general, but I'm wondering kind of truly what are they going to bring that's going to be so awesome with this film, and who are they going to cast as the Sentry now going forward? Remains to be seen. I guess we'll all find out together. And then when eventually we start getting more plot details, we start seeing set pictures, and we get a trailer. We'll see if it's good or if it's not. It's one of those things. We just gotta wait. We gotta hurry up and wait. And how it affects the MCU at large, how the MCU is gonna change with the whole Jonathan Majors getting fired, and like, are they gonna recast Kang? Are they gonna do something different with Kang? Are they gonna call up another villain to swap places with what they were gonna do with Kang? Which I'm really hoping they don't rabbit fuck Doctor Doom and give him proper time to be introduced and marinate and be that next big bad. You don't need like a Thanos 10-year incubation for him, but Doom needs some time to rise to the top, and I'm hoping they give that to him. Really hoping. But remains to be seen. We'll all find out together, won't we? But those are some of my thoughts on it, scattered as they often are. What do you guys out there think? Let me know in the comments below. Follow me on social media. That's right there too. Talk to me there. Talk to me here. Until next time, of course. And for all of 2024 and beyond, let us geek.